What's Gucci my Poochies? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, we are back at it like a crack addict, and today we're going to talk about emotional intelligence and how to be emotionally intelligent in everything: your job, your relationships, your what is it called? Like, I guess your lovers, the relationships, like your family and friends and colleagues, and just everybody, just dealing with everybody. So, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, of course, is being emotionally intelligent. Just being mindful about your emotions and understanding your emotions. Because when you're intelligent about something, you understand it. You are mastering it. You understand why you feel this way or why others may feel that way or where it's coming from or what place or intention, certain emotions are coming from. And if you were wondering, I'm not bald. I have a little ponytail. So why is emotional intelligence very important, especially while manifesting? Because we manifest what we feel, we manifest what we assume, and when manifesting, those strong emotions are very important to have while manifesting, because when you have strong emotions towards something, it usually manifests. Like, for example, like when you're manifesting but you're like assuming, like you're using assumptions. When you assume, you usually have to have like an emotion of like, yes, like that's true, that's being done, that's the truth in your assumption. So when you do that, you're usually right, because we manifest what we assume and we manifest what we feel too. So emotional intelligence is very important, because if you have control over your emotions and you know where the emotions are coming from, then you can control your thoughts and your emotions and not get worked up over things like anxiety or depression or, reacting to the 3D. This is what I learned as well. So if you are, for example, anxious, how do you get rid of anxiety? Understand anxiety is fear of something that's hypothetical. So if you're having anxiety, it's because you're afraid of something that's hypothetical, that hasn't happened, or has no chance of happening, or something that's just isn't present. So when anxiety, you are fearing the worst in the future, which fearing the worst is something that we don't do. We don't fear anything. We definitely don't concentrate on the worst case scenarios. No. And being realistic doesn't mean that you have to be pessimistic. Being realistic, when you're an actual realist, you understand that things can still work out for the better. So that's being realistic. If you want to be realistic, you have to understand that anything can happen. And it could be good, because most of the time, the good things happen. Because bad things aren't often, even though, we see quote unquote bad things every day. But in our individual lives, if we learn how to be grateful for what we have now and not dwell on lack or like what we don't have or like what could happen, like the worst thing, then we will see a great change in our life, because we will learn how to appreciate what we have. We will learn how to stay present right now and appreciate everything you have at the moment, and how to be centered and grounded, because being centered and grounded means that you're present. That's why it is a present, to be present, because you're not anxious about the future or being depressed about something in the past that you can't do anything about. So the next thing is that learning not to seek validation from anybody. Usually we become worked up because we want other people to validate us when we already validated ourselves. So it really doesn't matter if somebody is not validating you or giving you the credit that you want, if you already have, if you're whole inside of yourself and know that, okay, I'm good inside of myself, and you don't need that, because what is it really worth? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really worth much to get somebody else's validation. So what I learned about that, being emotionally intelligent, don't seek other people's validation. You don't need to get validated from anybody, especially if you practice assuming things, because if you're assuming and you're working on your self-concept, you will never be seeking validation, because you know that you're valid. You validated yourself, and what you say goes, because you're the master manifester. You are the Geppetto in this life. Like you're pulling the strings here. So if you know that and you understand what your self-concept is, you will understand that anything in a 3D really doesn't matter. No circumstances matter, and somebody else's validation or gratification, that is a circumstance that does not matter. So becoming emotionally intelligent is understanding that you don't need validation from others, you don't need a pat on the back, you don't need anything, because guess what, you're still going to get what you want. And if you want to manifest gratification, you know that you're the master manifester, so you know that's coming regardless, or you know that you're already valid, you're already gratified, so you won't have to seek that, because that's where a lot of emotional immaturity came from for me, because I was trying to find a gratification, or trying to like do certain things and manipulate things so I can get a certain outcome. But you never get anything manipulating things. You always break things down when you manipulate stuff. If you just manifest and understand that it's already yours and let it come to you because it's attracted to us, you'll understand that manifesting is not manipulation. It's just something that we do every day. It's like breathing. Like manifesting is like breathing. Like we just do it. You can do it unconsciously or you can do it consciously. Like either way you're doing it. Like either way, like if you sat here and like, okay, I'm gonna take 7 breaths, that's manifesting. Like that's consciously manifesting, saying, okay, I'm making $500,000 this month, I'm getting married this month. That's manifesting. Even though like people do this unconsciously all the time. So it's like if you're not actually manifesting, you've been manifesting the whole time, so you might as well just use it to your advantage. So the last thing about being more emotionally intelligent, which can help with your manifestations as well, I would say, dang, I forgot the last one. So we went over, I'll cut this part out. Oh, so walking by faith, not by sight. So if you're a Christian, you know this already. You walk by faith and not by sight. Any circumstances in the 3D, they do not matter. It doesn't matter if you see it or not, because you're walking by faith. You know that this is going to happen, not by sight, because you're looking for it. You're not really looking for it. You're looking like for the lack. Like if you're looking for something, that means you lack something. That's why you shouldn't be looking for your manifestations. You shouldn't be counting down the days to your manifestations. You shouldn't be even paying attention really to your manifestations, because they're just going to come to you. Like, tell me like this has not happened to you all the time. Every time my manifestation comes, I wasn't expecting it, but it's like afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, I manifested this. That's how your manifestations come. So there's no purpose of you sitting there waiting for your manifestation, looking at the time, doing all these affirmations, and then looking for it for the next 20 minutes. No, you're delaying it. Like, have you ever sat there and like waited for your food and like it just took so long? But if you're like on your phone or talking to somebody, it's like, oh wow, that came out pretty fast. That's how you need to do when manifesting. Order your food and go about your day. Live your life. Connect and align with other things in your life. You shouldn't just be manifesting one thing at a time. I will say, I manifest like 10 things at a time. Like, especially if you're doing like a vision board, you have like 20 goals for the, 20 goals for the year. You can manifest multiple of things. Don't mean that you have to go down the line and manifest. Like, no, like you put this out there, it's in the air. Like, all right, I'm gonna get married this year to the man of my dreams. Like, it's in the air. I'm gonna make over $40 million this year. It's in the air. Like, I'm gonna go on 6 vacations this year. It's in the air. So just do that, and you don't have to keep going over your manifestations, or especially if you're affirming, because if you're affirming, you're just changing your self-concept. You understand that you are a master manifester. These things just come to you naturally. Of course, you can script whatever helps you. Script, do gratitude, this, that, and the third. And that's the last one. I'm gonna keep this video kind of short. So the keys to being emotionally intelligent, so you can manifest easier, is be grateful. Be grateful for what you have now. That's why the present is the present. Like, the present is called the present because it is a present to you. Because be grateful. Like, this is a present. Like, you being able to breathe, see, try again today. Like, do create anything. You can create anything that you want today, right now, in the present moment. But it's like we all have free will. Either some of us choose to be anxious about the future and like be in fear when we should be enjoying, like being enraptured. Like, that's the rapture. Like, rapture means to be filled with extreme joy for like the present. So to be in rapture about the present moment, because this is a great moment. Like, I'm having a great day. Why not have a great day? Why not clear your head? Why not present, like give yourself a present of peace and happiness and joy, and do something that you love. Do something that is going to connect you with something that you want to do. Write down the person you want to be. And believe that you can become that person, because you have to remember that our desires desire us. So no desire is stupid. No desire makes you pathetic or desperate or anything like that. No, there's no wrong answer when manifesting. There's no rules. Like, don't listen to other people. Other people are just our subconscious blocks. Like, if you see people like, oh, you can't do that, or people saying that, oh no, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to be your friend, or like, I don't like you, that's your subconscious block showing you what you think about yourself in the 3D. So it's not like those people actually think that. It's like you're giving off those waves for those people to say that to you, because everybody's you pushed out. So yes, understand that if you want people to be nice to you, be nice to yourself and be nice to others, because really what you give, like the energy that you give, especially to yourself, is the energy you get back. But yes, guys, if you like videos like this, definitely can't speak today. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. I love giving videos and tips like this. If this is helping you, comment on my video. Follow me on Instagram. Everything will be tagged down below. And yes, until next time. Bye.